We're back for episode 2. Continuing the reviews.
Probably later we're going to do some reviews on downloadable content for the PS3. And
we have
downloadable games.
We have a lot to cover, mainly because he got his system last week. If you go back and check the archives, he actually got his PS3 when we were sitting here doing a show. And we've been talking about Rock Band and how he's been complaining about it being lack of content because he bought it for the PS2, and now that he has a PS3, he can trade in all of his shit and get money towards...
Don't even have to do that, dude. You just you can buy Rock Band for the PS3 and use your PS2 peripherals.
Well, I mean, like all the track packs and shit.
But yeah,
you're eventually going to re-download them anyway.
I'm gonna end up probably getting rid of those because hell.
All right, next game.
All right, next game. This got crappy reviews because everybody said it's too much like other shooters.
But I can't play it because I get sick really easily.
He's got motion sickness. But Haze, to me, the storyline, all right, I agree with most of them on the storyline. The storyline's kind of stupid. Well, not so much the storyline, but the acting and the way it's delivered is stupid.
It's, couldn't you consider it like high school?
It's too
high school drama.
It's too like collegey. Like, you know, somebody else said it like you're hanging out with a bunch of frat boys, and you know, that just went in the Marines or something, and
everything is yellow.
Yeah,
why the hell is it yellow? I don't like the yellow.
It's supposed to be like a bee because you use nectar. This shit. All right, there's this drug called nectar. All right, it's like an adrenaline booster. And
yes, the acting is Sir Third Film quality. I can protest to that.
It's just,
go check him out on YouTube. YouTube.com/Sir Third Films.
If you actually pay attention to what's going on during the cutscenes, it makes more sense. But if you're just stupid and trying to keep up with a story that's supposed to make sense, then you're not going to make sense out of it. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
The story, I'm just going to say, for example, say you're talking to one of your guys. All of a sudden, you'll hear this sound like nitrous being fired into an engine on a car. It just, all right. So you're talking to him. He's talking normal, you know, about normal stuff like, yeah, so like, dude. And then all of a sudden, and then they kind of, and then they come back, and he's like, you got to keep your head, man. You got to be focused when you're out there in the field.
What was it that I saw? It's like Thomas was playing single player. And something along the lines of something flashing, and you said that someone attacked the canister on his back?
Yeah, you've got nectar. It's the adrenaline booster. You press the button on the remote, and it boosts you with adrenaline. Then all your enemies glow. Like if you're in an environment where you can't tell where the enemies are, and they're just shooting at your ass, and you're getting hit, and you don't know where it's coming from, you dose your nectar real quick, and the enemies glow. Kind of like you're the predator. Except not in infrared, everything glows yellow.
Which
then
is
you can,
the reason why all this shit.
So you dose that, and it gives you extended senses. Like it makes you super fast, twice as powerful. But everybody said the game sucks as far as a shooter, and I disagree. I agree it's a great shooter for what it is. The details and textures are awesome. I've had no loading problems out of it. Everybody said that it delays sometimes. I have had no delay problems out of the game. So I don't know. You know, maybe you got too much stuff on your PS3 or have it messed up or something. But to me, it's an awesome shooter for what it is. Has a badass multiplayer. Has big, like super huge, like GoldenEye, but bigger type multiplayer deathmatch levels. I give it, everybody else giving it a 5, dude. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. And you can drive vehicles with multiplayers.
And I can't review this because I get sick too easily. And Viking Battle for Asgard in the nice foil looking case here. I like it. It reminds me too much of a Magic card.
Alright, also people have given this bad reviews, calling it a subpar adventure type game. Alright,
look at who made it. Look at who made it.
It's made by Sega. The graphics are awesome. And it plays similar to Zelda, Twilight Princess, and God of War. All right, it's like it's basically like an MMO without multiplayer. If it had multiplayer, it'd be awesome. But you start out as a Viking, which is Skyrim, and you're fighting against the legions of Hell, Hel, the goddess of the underworld. All right.
Question.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's Norse mythology.
H-E-I-L?
Hel.
H-E-L.
All right. On with the review. Levels are massive. You start out on the map, exploring pretty much like Zelda Twilight Princess. Once you get to Hyrule Field, you know, everybody that said this is boring, you probably think Zelda's boring, or any game where you have to travel mass distance on foot. But even like Zelda, there's warp points, so you can cut your time. Like, you know.
Oh yeah, it's like Ocarina of Time with the Ocarina, and
yeah.
That's all I know.
There's stones that you touch, and it lets you warp across the map to different places. Like, I need to get so and so in a hurry.
Oh, that explains the Stonehenge thing.
Yeah, but there might be, you know, subquests along the way, so you might want to walk. Yeah, it's kind of like everybody's saying it's like Fable, but not as good as Fable. But I don't give a fuck, because Fable's not a Viking themed game, and I like, you know, games based on themes.
You just don't want a game that has just a flat storyline.
Yeah, I don't want just some, you know, fucking like, you're a guy in the middle century. There you go. What the fuck? Give me you know, I want to be like a Viking badass motherfucker, like a God of War Greek badass
now,
motherfucker.
I have a question. Would you give a game a chance if it doesn't give you anything up front? It's like Assassin's Creed, when it doesn't give you any front story ahead of time, but when you go out through the game, it actually
develops.
Yeah, it actually has a developing storyline.
Like, I would like Assassin's Creed. I'm thinking about getting Assassin's Creed, especially since most places it's dropped to $19.99 since it's a player's choice.
All right. Let's give a quick rating on Viking.
The Viking game is awesome. A lot of stuff to do. It's kind of like a GTA version of a Viking game, like a Viking themed GTA. You got missions, weapons, upgrades, magic, everything. Awesome graphics, awesome detail. Cool ass finishing moves when you're fighting enemies. Your allies can be powered up also by your power ups if they're within range. So you use a fire spell. Everybody in your party's got fire spell, but it's not like a turn based. It's real time. I like the fucking game. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I don't give a shit. I like games like that.
Very quick review. I just want a rating.
Yeah.
And would you recommend it? Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Rating.
Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I give it a...
For the PC.
For what it is, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Would you recommend it?
I would recommend it.
Next video, please.